Ladies and gentlemen, whether it's a public release or a release in court during a defense after a possible indictment, simply because of political motivation against Trump, whether it's just because of a legal defense or to show the entire American public that something unethical or some foul play was involved, Trump will almost certainly release video footage. CNN, Trump considering releasing surveillance footage of Federal Bureau of Investigation Mar-a-Lago search. There are numerous other articles. CBS News, special counsel's okay, that's the special counsel. But you have one Newsweek article talking about Eric Trump or Donald Trump Jr. Saying they're going to release the video footage. So there have been numerous articles. And there's a recent Wall Street Journal article, special counsel's wrapping up Trump Mar-a-Lago probe. And so he's probably going to get indicted. The reason is because they want to impeach him twice. They want to indict him 300 times. They want to ask extraterrestrials in other universes to condemn Trump. They want, from a public relations perspective, to have you defend yourself after saying, yeah, you're going to choose Trump in 24. They want to be able to say, how could you? He was impeached twice. He was indicted 300 times. Oh, my God. This is public relations. This has nothing to do with the rule of law. The rule of law, even if, let's just say, even if he actually committed a criminal offense in New York with hush money, it's also illegal for what Stormy did, saying that she demanded money or she'd go to the press. That is illegal. But according to Alan Dershowitz and others, that's a legal statute right there that she broke. But let's say that Trump committed a crime with classified data. Let's say that he committed a crime with hush money payment. It was Clinton and the DNC who were actually fined by the FEC. They're the ones who broke an FEC federal law, purchasing the Steele dossier with money from Bernie Sanders supporters after he was railroaded in that primary, okay, before they ended up blaming another country for all their failures. So, and recreating a new Cold War, Red Scare McCarthy-era madness and hysteria. But if it's the rule of law is applied equally. You're purchasing a Steele dossier with campaign funds. You are claiming it's a legal expense. They're located, isn't the Clinton campaign and all of their offices located in New York? How on earth did they not get indicted? They're the ones who actually did receive an FEC fine. Then you have the Honorable James Comey on the short on this channel stating that, well, no reasonable prosecutor would indict. Nobody knows, possibly not even the Honorable James Comey, how Clinton was able to transfer the top secret and special access program intelligence, the classified data. That is a crime. It is not even possible from a cybersecurity perspective. She wasn't indicted, so why would you indict Trump? If there's not equal justice under the law, that's not the rule of law. If you're just talking about the rule of law, you going after Trump, you don't go after Hunter, you don't go after, and when I mean go after, I mean you're indicting Trump, then, for public relations, we investigated Clinton, we investigated. They investigate to say, oh, we found nothing, and not indict. So we know what kind of charade is going on. Media can claim, oh, it's totally even-handed. It's not. You have the Durham Probe's report found numerous investigations in New York completely stalled or ended immediately just because it would hurt the Democrat. Bill and Hillary in 2016. You had one top New York prosecutor who was known to go after Trump, numerous ones, who investigated Clinton for like 2 seconds. Their foundation. I mean, the whole world knows that millions upon millions of dollars are being funneled in to their foundation, being funneled into Hunter and Joe's accounts, and nothing's done. So in terms of equally applying the law, one political side gets away with pretty much everything, and then Trump is the recipient, excuse me, the recipient of endless, disdain, contempt, judgment, condemnation, and indictment from, by the way, New York prosecutors who are all Democrat. There is not one person making Make America Great Again hat indicting Trump. Not one. It's another stupid thing. Really, you'd have to be an ignoramus to form this rebuttal. Oh, well, Republicans are going after Trump too. No, they're never Trump Republicans. It would be the equivalent of the 1 or 2 Democrats who leave the Democratic Party every year going after Biden or, pushing to investigate Biden or indict Biden. So you have a lot of, too many never Trumpers. You have Republicans who would rather, like in Arizona, who would rather have a Democrat. There are Republicans who would rather have a Democrat because because in politics you live and you perish by media. You're going to get favorable media coverage as a Republican against Trump. You're going to be seen as the good Republican until the hope or the dream of the Paul Ryans of the world, the Lincoln Projects, is that, well, there'll be no more Trump, no more populist Republican mentality or party. You can go back to the Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld years and everything will be fine. But the problem, however, is that then media will just be just as apoplectic and hysterical. And they'll say, well, Trump was even better than what we have now. There's never, it's a template, a rubric, a roadmap, a game plan against Trump. They found out that if they do not level every indictment, every media story, I mean, there's like 98% negative media coverage against Trump. If they don't do that, if they don't have Jimmy Kimmel every night, if they don't have social media algorithms, then suddenly, instead of almost half the electorate, you have a tidal wave. You have Trump runs away with it. Think about that for a second. Think about, you have almost half the electorate, around 10 million difference, but you have all the major, the most populous blue states, padding you have the popular vote number. Okay, obviously you have populist blue states going for the Democrat. There's never again going to be a Republican that gets the popular vote. It will never happen with media that we have now. Okay? You get almost half the electorate. Let's say 10 million. Almost half the electorate. You get almost half the electorate going for Trump. You get Trump very, very close in terms of the electoral count. What happens if media is apolitical? Wolf Blitzer did not care if Bush v. Gore, during Bush v. Gore, they didn't care. They just didn't care. Like, the CNN was completely ambivalent. They said it was Gore, then they said, oh, well, you know what, actually it was Bush. But you didn't see people crying on CNN. Okay, now you have a situation where there's a huge, they have a dog in the fight, and media is definitely in for one political team. They're definitely working for one political side at the expense and to the detriment of Trump and his political side. The issue is that if this is all public relations now, and, without this public relations, you have Trump running a 4.240 instead of a 4.540, instead of a 5-second 40 with a 100-pound backpack called media and intel officials and late night and social media algorithms. If you don't have everything against Trump, Then he runs away with it. It's close as it is. Imagine if it was just apolitical. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe.